Pablo was the one that said, let's start eating like poor farmers back then, because they ate beans and they ate vegetables, and their teeth were perfect and nice, and only the rich and the elites and the kings had really rotten teeth, blackened teeth, and they died early of diabetes and lifestyle diseases, even way back then, the olden days. So it's not a new thing. Now, if you're eating like an elite and like the rich, of course you're gonna be sick like them and die like them, like lifestyle diseases, you know. So let's start eating beans. I'm like, you said what? And he said, maybe we should cut out meat, because we eat meat with every single meal back then. I said, let's cut meat out. Like, replace it with what? I said, like, maybe beans, you know. I'm like, beans? And at this point, we barely ate beans. It was meat with every meal.
Mama Africa, your children are home.
Koboda dao. Àgbàdo nda. Oh, àgbàdo ó ti gbẹ. Ètò ní síbẹ̀ yẹn ti gbẹ gan ni. Okay. So, welcome back to Familia Pablanu. I'm the one and only Anu, and now on this segment, today I'm going to be discussing an issue that everyone is very confused about. Left, right, and center. I saw on a video about someone giving birth at home, and they said, oh, do this and do that, and they said, but stay away from all soy products. Soy is bad. It's bad because it has phytoestrogen. Phytoestrogen is so bad. It causes they said all of these things about phytoestrogen. But then you ask, what is phytoestrogen? Oh, it's like estrogen. It's bad. So I'm just here to shed some light onto this issue, so that once and for all, we just stop giving it some bad rep here. Now, no one is paying me. No milk industry is paying, or no soy milk industry or whatsoever is paying me. It's just based on what I've seen in my own children, mind you, and what I've seen also on me, and this is my experience, and I'm going to try to debunk what they're telling you about milk and soy and all of that stuff. So they're saying just stay away from everything tofu. Ooh, it's bad. Now one thing I would say is, like, if you're doing maybe soy sauce, if it's processed to that extent, if they added MSG, they added salt. Now this is if they added inflammatory substances. Salt is an inflammatory substance. It's a processed substance, as well as what else that they put in any soy product. If they take soy and they take the lecithin out, and put it maybe use it to make meat, or use it to make this. If it's not just pure tofu, or just eating boiled soybeans or whatever, or roasted soybeans or things like that, made very simply, just cook it, boil it, make tofu out of it. If they are making it, process it beyond meat stuff, now those are when the problem comes, because it's been very processed. They've added a lot of additive that give it something that's supposed to be foods that heal, anti-inflammatory, become inflammatory foods. So those things I'll stay away from. However, people were saying, oh, soy is bad, soy milk is bad, it's going to give you what do you call it, it's going to make the male libido go away, and give a sperm count go down, and make female go into puberty at an early age. That's not true with what we've seen. So let me tell you a story. So I have 4 babies. 3 out of my 4 babies were conceived. I had pre-existing conditions. Just like any regular American, I ate all what the food FDA, whatever, recommended to eat as part of a balanced diet, an American balanced diet. And what is that? You had your cheese, you had your milk, you had your meats, fish, and you had and then they added some maybe avocado. No. Yeah, some avocado and maybe some salmon, which USDA subsidize foods, by the way, so they will always advertise those ones as high up top, the food that you should eat. Milk, oh my gosh, high in calcium, vitamin D, oh, you need that. You should always take that. Anyways, I did all of that for 3 out of 4 babies. Eggs, oh my gosh, you're supposed to have eggs because it's good for vitamin D. I had all of those things. And one thing I saw was when each and every one of them were born, starting from the first one, the girl had inflamed breast buds that are not supposed to be there, but and then had a mini period as well. But they said, oh yeah, it's normal, it's supposed to happen because it's the mother's hormone. I'm like, but why am I having too much hormone that's making my child have this issue? That's not right. But I said, no, that's pretty common in America. So yeah, just because I say it's common doesn't mean that's how it's supposed to be. Just one fact there. Anyways, but we didn't know. We just, we stayed with her, kept going. The second one, same thing. The third one was a boy, and it had so bad of a pain in the swollen breast, but couldn't lay to do tummy time. Was be crying, everything was so swollen. I had milk coming out of that too. It was so, I started crying. What about me? What did I do to make this happen to this child? What can I do to make this better? Like, if they say it's my hormone, how can I fix it to make it better? So I started looking at doing the research. Every research I saw out there is saying, shut up and drink that milk, eat that cheese, it's good for you, it's the best, vitamin D, calcium, boom, boom, boom. They keep saying, put all those vitamins out as if you can't get it anywhere else. So I was like, okay, sure, I suppose this is how it's supposed to be. I kept going on, not until I just thought that something was not right. Because even when I was pregnant, again, 3 out of 4, I would gain 40 pounds, really huge. They said drink milk, so I drank milk. I drank milk. I ate all those food that they say. Like, and then I exercised. I was very healthy according to America. I was very healthy. I still gained 40 pounds for each of those, and I was swollen, very swollen with water weight as well as fats when I was pregnant with them. And then of course there's extra pounds, 10 pounds that would never go away no matter how much I exercise after I gave birth to them. So I was like, there must be something here. And what happened is when I was pregnant with my my third child, I had some growth. I had some growth that was very scary. There was this little dot underneath my eyelid, and then it started to grow. That dot started to grow, and it grew into a moldy, this color, it was like a wart or something. It started growing tentacles. It came out like this. Every time I saw it in the mirror, it creeped me out. I tried to squeeze it back, but it would come out like a tentacle like this. It started growing. I woke up one day and it just wouldn't stop growing from there on. It was growing right there. So after the baby was born, I actually was like a week or so after, I had to make an appointment to go and get it cut off. But I'm like, why am I growing tumors on my body? Why am I growing growths? Why is it happening? And I was so big, I was so swollen. Oh my gosh, it was awful. The births were almost killed me. So, you know, I was tired. I remember my midwife saying, maybe you could change what you eat. But I'm like, but I'm American. I eat healthy, just like any American. I eat the balanced diet, sometimes Aldi meals, the best of them. I put some broccoli in the food. The chicken, I mostly stay away from beef. I did chicken and the fish and all that stuff. I'm healthy, right? Milk, he says it's good. I drink milk. I eat cheese sometimes. It's good, yeah. So why am I getting sick? Why am I having pre-existing condition? Not until I started, I was digging deep, because I was like, this is not enough for me. Everything I was saying milk is the best thing since whatever. It's the best and it's good and it doesn't have hormones and it's good for children. As soon as they turn 1, once they leave the breast, they should start drinking milk. I'm like, is that so? So I started digging, and then I found, and what I found, and you know something, when you found something, you know your gut that this sounds, this is what I was looking for. And then you put it to test and you saw the result. Yes, this is the case here. So I saw it and I was like, they said cow's milk, just like human milk, mama's milk, they have, because they're mammals, just like we are, they have hormones, just like we have. And one of the hormones is the same estrogen that we have, the same that we have when the mother is breastfeeding, pass the estrogen to the babies, It's a growth factor, it's IGF, insulin growth factor, insulin-like growth factor. It let the baby develop. Now the cows have them too in the estrogen. Now they have, it's the type that is supposed to make a little calf that's just born to blow up into a 200 pound in like a week or however long. A little calf that was, is it 30 pounds or so, become about 200 pounds in a matter of week or so. That's the type of hormone that the growth factor does, the one in the estrogen and the growth factor that they have. So now then when they said you could drink that and you should just start drinking it and it's good and this and that. And the thing is, you cannot take out the hormone no matter how hard you try. You don't process it out of the milk. It's still there. High amounts. Now you see in our society how these kids, these little young girls are going into puberty at age 7, and the boys are having delayed puberty, and they're having, mind you, boys growing breast buds who are 12 years old, at the pre-pubescence, and they're growing breast buds. That happened to my husband too. He drank lots of milk, ate lots of cheese, and he told me this happened to me too when I was at that age. He said the breast bud will start to hurt, just like it did with my children, all of them. I'm like, wait, you're not supposed to grow that. I thought that was a female thing. Why are you growing breast buds, and why is it hurting, and why, so that happened to him too. What I'm trying to say is that there is the hormone there. You can't take it out. They are just a mammal, just like we are, and we have exactly similar hormones. Organic milk, I try to do skim milk, and I try to do all of those stuff. They said fat-bound hormone. So I'm like, well, I can do skim. The fat is taken out. I can do maybe organic. Maybe it doesn't have hormones, but no, the organic, of course, we know it has hormones, naturally occurring hormones. It's not processed out. It cannot be processed out. Yeah, so it's still there. And if you say you want to do skim milk, well, the process that they had to undergo to give you that skim, it breaks down the estrogen to estradiol, which is easily available, readily available for you to be absorbed by your receptor, by the estrogen receptor on the body. So you're not free. You can't go scot-free when you try to take any of those. Now, and everyone's saying soy is bad. It's gonna make your man impotent and this and that. Stay away from soy milk. And I'm like, well, now what? What are we gonna do? Just stay away from. So I'm like, you know what? If they said they said there's nothing wrong with milk, and yet there's this happening to it. Why should I believe that they said soy milk is that bad? How much? Why not give it a test myself? And if it shows really, really bad sign, we'll throw it out. We wouldn't do it. So, and at that point, we're just thinking, why not? Pablo, I think Pablo was the one that said, let's start eating like poor farmers back then, because they ate beans and they ate vegetables, and their teeth were perfect and nice, and only the rich and the elites and the kings had really rotten teeth, blackened teeth, and they died early of diabetes and lifestyle diseases, even way back then, in the olden days. So it's not a new thing. Now, if you're eating like an elite and like the rich, of course you're gonna be sick like them and die like them, like lifestyle diseases, So we're like, and he said, let's start eating beans. I'm like, you said what? And he said, maybe we should cut out meat, because we eat meat with every single meal back then. I said, let's cut meat out. Like, replace it with what? He said, like, maybe beans, I'm like, beans? And at this point, we barely ate beans. It was meat with every meal. Where would our protein come from? It's like, beans? Really? So we're like, okay, we'll give it a try. So the milk was the first thing to go, but I had a problem with the cereal because I ate a lot of cereal. I'm like, if I don't have that, how can I take my cereal? So I tried to do, so I look into the, okay, ma chérie, soy milk. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, however, all I was saying is I just don't add any of the processed sugar into it, so you're not increasing your chance of diabetes or anything. I'm like, why not make your own soy milk at home? So we make our own soy milk. Buy a soy milk machine. We make our own soy milk, and we started this journey. And yeah, we started, and the first week we were like, Pablo was like, I didn't see any, okay, nothing happened to me. I don't feel weaker than I was before. I don't feel less libido, whatever. I'm like, okay, we give it another week. We tried, we slowly take out the meat. We took out the meat, and we slowly replaced it with beans. I'm like, let's do beans. We started doing beans, and at first I had a lot of farts. I'm like, oh, a lot of poops too, which was a first change because we used to have a lot of constipation. Constipation was so bad in our family. I felt bad for my children. They would sit there, cry, ooh, can't poop. So that was a first that they go very frequently. I think that was a breakthrough that, okay, that's one of the results of eating plant-based foods. You get to go, you empty your bowels without any problem. Just go, few seconds, you're done, good to go. So we kept going, and what else? What happened? And then I woke up one day and I realized, wait, I used to have pains every time I wake up. I used to have a headache, I used to have joint pain, and there's this, my left knee always hurt when I wake up. But then I woke up, I stood up, wait, everything was just gone. It's like, oh my gosh, that day I went out, I went to run. I could run because of that pain, I stopped running because it just hurt so bad. So I ran that day, and I felt like I could keep going. It was amazing, that feeling. So we're like, wait, okay, is this the food that we're eating that's making us this is happening? And not too long after that, I conceived baby number 4, and I realized the pains I was supposed to be having, inflammation, was not there. It was just fine. The morning sickness, it was hard to leave eggs out, to stop eating eggs. But it's one of those things, I smell it, I wanted to vomit. I'm like, wait, if I'm smelling this, I wanted to vomit, it's probably not good for me. Yeah, it turns out, yes, it's not all those animal products. Anyways, the eggs, and also has the estrogen in it. But now I know that, yes, all those animal product was what was making me sick. And when I eat a vegetable, if it made me sick, it was because it was sprayed with pesticide. I could smell it. And as soon as I eat it, I just want to throw up. So I know to stay away from those, and I wasn't sick at all. I didn't have any morning sickness. I just ate things. I bought a lot of organic things. Now, mind you, some of the organic things, if I smell it, sometimes they seem like they're sprayed with stuff, like apples, because they might be near the ones that are sprayed. So I stay away from those too. If I try it, if it tastes and smells good, like there's nothing bad about it, at this point my instincts start to work. My senses and my taste were at the highest peak. They were working very well. So we kept going. I was pregnant and it was time to give birth. It was very easy. It happened, and I realized that this baby is the only baby that didn't grow the swollen breast buds. Now do you see what I mean? 3 out of 4 had swollen breast buds. The 4th one, we stopped all the animal products. We stopped milk, we stopped dairy. We definitely stopped dairy. I ate tofu. Tofu was what I replaced the meat with, and I ate a lot of beans as well as avocado. Is my avocado baby. Anyways, I gained 20 pounds. That's about 10 kg. I would have gained 40 pounds. I gained 20 pounds, and 8 pounds of that was the baby. The rest came off within a few days to a few weeks. I was back to my pre-pregnancy. No. One of the things I remember was we lost weight, me and Pablo, and we lost weight in places that we didn't even think we would. I was back to my pre-pregnancy. No. Like in my teens, I was back to the weight of what I was in my teens, and weight just went away. And I didn't do any vigorous exercises to keep it. Just stayed like that. The contour on my face came, and everything was lean. The puffiness in my eyelid was gone. Underneath, bagginess gone. Every swollen joint and knee that was swelling was gone. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. And seeing what that does, and the one thing that we also saw was how fast we heal. My children go and scrape their knees or cut their hands, or I'm cooking, I have a deep cut with a knife. That thing stopped bleeding very fast, and it clots super fast. It's like we're now like a machine. It's so amazing to see, and you come back 1 hour, it's healing. You see it stitching itself back together in front of your face. I think I did an Instagram. It was so amazing. I had to do an Instagram video about it. I'm like, look at my finger. Look at this thing 1 hour later, and I felt some stinginess in between on the cut, and it felt as if when you open and you kind of sort of break a squash, if you break the skin open, you see that little water that comes out on it, and it kind of seals itself back if you don't break it fully. The water comes up, and the fluid comes up, and it sort of seals. This is what it felt like. The fluid came and it sealed that thing back. It felt like I had superpower. So that was my experience. And after that, I keep telling people, no, that's not true what they're telling you about soy. You have to see it for yourself and try it for yourself to know that that is not true. But there's fear, that they put fear in you. Then once they say, oh, the libido of the man, oh, go down. Oh, people will start staying away from it. Now, let's talk about phytoestrogen, guys. Let's talk about phytoestrogen. People will say, oh, stay away from soybeans, soy milk. It's got phytoestrogen. And you ask them, what is phytoestrogen? Like, oh, it's like estrogen is bad. Stay away from it. Well, so I did my research. I digged into research. I'm like, I need to know about this thing. Why is it so bad that they're saying? Some people is pointing fingers, and I want to know why. So it turns out phytoestrogen is phyto, means plant, estrogen. It's a plant-based estrogen, estrogen-like. Now, it is not the exact estrogen that we human mammals have, not the exact same estrogen that the cows have in their milk. So it acts like estrogen. What does it do? If it either blocks or open the receptor, the estrogen receptor, and let estrogen in to be converted into estradiol and be used, or it blocks it and not let them be converted and be used, depending on how your body needs it. The amazing thing about plant-based foods, without all the processed crap, the processed salt, oil, the sugars and all that stuff, if it's simple plant-based food, boiled potato, boiled greens and all this stuff, is that your body knows exactly what nutrient to absorb from it, and the rest that doesn't use, it's flushed out. It comes right out. You don't have to worry about excess of it staying on you. It wouldn't stay. You eat avocado, the good stay, and the excess that you don't need, excess oil, excess everything, because it's bound to the fiber, just poops it out. Poop it out. You're fine. You're good to go. You're smart. You don't gain any excess, unwanted excess weight. So what I'm trying to say is that it's the same thing with phytoestrogen. If, for example, if you're menopausal and you don't need as much estrogen, your body knows that. If you take soy milk, for example, eat tofu, the estrogen only allows a certain amount of estrogen. The phytoestrogen only allows certain estrogen to be taken by the receptor to be used. That's why they say people with breast cancer, for example, take soy milk, take tofu, leave away the dairy product. because those dairy product is going to act on your receptor, be converted into estradiol, and it will cause the proliferation of those cells in your breast. That's why it's proliferating really fast. That's why it's causing tumor and it's causing that cancer that's growing there. However, if you take soy milk, soy tofu, it regulates that. They actually try to do that in the lab, try to make medicine using soybeans. Okay. All right, I have to go. My children are awake from naps, so I can't talk much right now. So, but thank you so much for watching. Find our day-to-day posts on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, Familia Pablanu. Watch our trailer, My Love from Another Land, is coming on Valentine's Day at Acacia Cinemax in Kampala. Buy your tickets before it all run out, the seats are all gone. Thank you guys so much. We'll bring you more videos. You can catch me in my next video. I'll be doing a midwife's tote. See what's in my midwife, preparing for baby number 5. What else? Thank you so much. We appreciate all your support. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Please don't skip ads. We appreciate it. And share with your family, share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with everybody. Well, until next time, catch me in the next video. Bye. Odabo. Asa kodabo. Rafa, asa kodabo. Osheo.